Okay, you ready to get started?
There we are.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Pilar Labriola.
I'm Dr. Joe Labriola. How's everybody doing tonight?
We are very honored and happy to have you all on this webinar this evening. And we're here to talk to you a little bit about a better way. But first, we'd kind of like to tell you a little bit about us. I'm hoping that's okay with you.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Joe Labriola. I'm a chiropractor in Ramsey, New Jersey. I have been in practice 16 years this week. And one of the things that we focus on in our office is posture correction and overall cellular health. And one of the things that everything that we do in our office is based on two very fundamental things. The first one is the improvement of overall function in your nervous system, because without the nervous system, nothing else really matters. We need that for everything. And number two is our posture, and the health of our cells is second. To kind of really put it in a nutshell, without our cells, we don't have anything. And we've noticed that every single day that healthcare is changing. It's changing, as we know many times. Unfortunately, it's not really changing for the good, because of the fact that what it's doing, we've seen the system has been more focused on the sickness aspect of things rather than the promotion of health. And unfortunately, we've kind of been trained into that model so that we don't have to focus on those positive things. We've been trained into kind of suppressing the sickness in a lot of things.
Yes, that is absolutely true. So I am Pilar Labriola. I'm also a chiropractor. I've been practicing about 14 years. The thing about me is, ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to help people. And, there's so many routes that you can take in order to do that. I looked at so many different things, as being an eye doctor, as even into going into cancer research. I loved looking at Cornell University every weekend when I would be in Cayuga Lake. And I thought, wow, and I even started being a chemistry major. And so the thing about what attracted me to chiropractic the most was how it actually empowered the body, how it took what your body was right now and just made it work better just by changing your posture and just by changing, just the way that the spine was misaligned. And, that's the thing. That's the whole concept tonight. It's about empowering the body and allowing it to work better than it has in a long time. It's all about a better way. And I think that's what has attracted me to the subject and what we're going to be talking tonight. And I'm hoping you can see how important this is and how important this avenue is.
Let's go.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to talk first about something that's very near and dear to our hearts, which is a better way to health. And we always look for better ways no matter what we do. Here's the deal. What we used to know has been the standard of what we had always understood was that this is the basis of how we operate. We have us that is a collection of systems. The systems are collections of organs. The organs are really a collection of tissues. And these tissues are collections of cells. Now, when we've always been trained, first of all, to think about the organs a lot of times, and many times we don't really think about how important those things are based on what the foundation is, the tissues, the cells. I mean, if you think about it, if you have healthy lung cells, that means that you have healthy lungs. If you have healthy skin cells, you have healthy skin. All right. And we get all of this in basically given to us, which is wonderful. And what we knew at this point was that we live and die at the cellular level, and that when our cells are healthy, that you are healthy. All right. This was a common thought throughout healthcare. Now what we're finding out is that it's all still there, but there's a little bit of a foundation now. And the foundation is called redox signaling. Now, redox signaling is the basis now for how our cells operate. If you think about it, we need repair that goes on throughout our body. Our cells have to repair each other for themselves or replace themselves in order for us to be healthy. I mean, when I think about it as a chiropractor, if a nerve is going to send an impulse to wherever it is, let's say it's the heart, let's say it's the lungs, that transmission has to be perfect. Okay. But let's step back even a little bit further. If a nerve cell is not good, then that transmission is not going to be good. So what allows nerve cells to communicate? What allows heart cells to communicate? What allows kidney cells to communicate? It's that right there at the bottom. It's what is known as redox signaling. These are very simple signalers that go between cells and tell cells what to do, when, and why, and how. Now we know that that signaling is the absolute basis for everything else to operate properly. And now our health depends on that communication that goes on.
Yeah, you know what? And I think that we take for granted every single day, even when we were born, when we were in our mom's bellies, like, how did your body know what to create next? How did heart cells know to become heart cells? And when did they know that they were supposed to be lung cells? And it's that signaling and that messaging that your body's intelligence has, that's the pathway. It's through the redox signaling. And we look at our cells and we look at our bodies, and we're trillions of those cells, and I think we take for granted every single day how important that is. So move on a little bit. So I want to talk a little bit about how the story typically goes. So when we're born, we are filled with these redox signaling molecules. And in order to see how that helps us, let's say the left 4 of the girls on your screen. Let's say that they fall and they bust their knee up, right? How fast do you think they're going to heal? Most likely, they're going to be up and moving very, very fast. But if you take the other 3, especially the last 2, and they fall and they bust their knees, I think that it's going to take a lot longer for them to heal. The last lady, she might break a hip in the meantime of just falling on her knee. Why is that? It's because those ladies over to the right and all of us over to the right side of that screen that are aging every day, we have less and less of these redox signalers. People ask, do our bodies lose the ability to produce these molecules? And it's really not. But because we age, we're exposed to bad things in the environment, toxins, pesticides, foods we eat, pollution, sun, even exercise. And all of that kind of imbalances or creates a deficiency in those molecules even faster. I mean, I see little kids, they're 7 years old and they have cell phones attached to them. All of that extra activity in the air and those EMFs and the GMOs and all the other letters, what that does is it just kind of speeds this process along. And this is typically the story. We grow, we age, we get old, we get fragile, and then we die. Now, why does that have to be the story?
It's a standard story, but why do we have to accept that as the story? And without these typical the molecules there, this is what aging is. But the story goes the same for a lot of us. Now let's pose a question.
So, what if? I don't know where this came from. So imagine if you're able to add more of those redox signalers to your body, replenish the ones you've lost, and even add more. How would that story that I just told you about those ladies change? So imagine if you can chronically replace or chronically take in more of those molecules. Do you think that old, fragile, and then die story can possibly change for the better for you? And really the truth is yes, because this is the power that made the body, and it's the power that heals the body.
So let's talk about now what we now have in a bottle is.
We'll introduce it first.
Well, let's introduce it to. It's called ASEA Redox Supplement, and ASEA Redox Supplement is redox signaling in a bottle. These are the signals that go between our cells, and every system in our body requires these signals. So when you have this in a bottle now, what you're doing is you're literally creating health from the inside out. You're giving the body the ability to renew itself in ways that it hasn't been able to do since you were much younger. When the big thing is that you've got that cell-to-cell communication. You've got the 5 bars on your cell phone now between your cells. Anti-aging is a very big term these days, but guess what's happening is that you're giving your body some of the best preventative potential that you could ever have. I mean, one of the things that drove me to this product was the fact that I don't know what it's preventing, and I don't ever want to find out. And if we can keep it that way, we're all going to be happy. And this is where, when you're anti-aging, what are you doing? You're trying to protect yourselves from the effects of all those weird things that are going on out there. You have the best protection sitting right here in this bottle.
Yeah, and the fact that we are able to replenish that now thanks to ASEA is incredible. And really, the thing is as we've been using this product since the beginning of 2012. That's a long time. I know most of you might not know me out there, but I don't usually stick to things. And, when I see a patient that needs something and I'm able to, give this product to them and introduce this product to them, I can rest my head at night knowing that this is the right thing to do because we're promoting health. We're not trying to knock down sickness or disease. There's a different story. And I say, you know what, I love when people take ASEA not because they're sick, but because they want to be well. And that's very, very, very important. That changes people's lives right there.
Absolutely. So the research that's gone into this product has been very impressive. There are multiple patents. There's been millions and millions of dollars in research that's gone into it. The safety studies are pretty incredible. And here's what we've found is that the ASEA Redox supplement is 100% safe. I mean, we've dealt with a lot of products in our time in practice that are not 100% safe. I can tell you that. It's for anyone and everyone at any age. So we can give this to a newborn baby. We can give it to an elderly person. That is a really, really big deal for us, especially because we know that we're not worried about safety for anybody in that case. And that's also regardless of the diet, your condition, or medications that you use. There's no interaction with this. You can't be allergic to it in any way. That's super exciting in our ball game for sure. A lot of the things that, if you think about some of the supplements or the medications that are out there, they're toxic at certain levels. They're expensive, and some of them are just downright dangerous after a certain amount of time that you've taken them. In this case, why not let the body do what it has to do without interfering with its natural processes that are going to make you healthy? And in this case, as we say here, in other words, ASEA Redox supplement perfectly complements your own cells, and we know that it is a better way to health.
Yeah, it is. Remember, again, the power that made the body is the power that healed the body. That is a better way. Let's promote that.
Absolutely. Now we look at the athletic side. Now, the ASEA Redox supplement has really been fascinating for the athletic arena. And, in a lot of ways that we look at, let's say, for example, we have a lot of weekend warriors out there. And what we've experienced in our own practice and, with my own family members, is that, when you don't want to work out after a while, what happens? It's because of a few things. It's because of the fact that your recovery is down. You don't have the stamina you once did. You don't have the endurance. And quite honestly, all of that affects your performance. And guess what you do? Mentally, you just start checking out and you say, well, I'm not as good as I used to be. I don't recover as well as I used to be. And you might stop working out together, or you may just never even start. And how much of that is the aging process there right around us? It happens all the time, right?
Yeah.
So this supplement, ASEA Redox supplement, has allowed not only the average Joe who's going out and working out and trying to be healthy, but it has attracted some of the world's greatest athletes, and that is unbelievably exciting to see. I mean, look at the people that have been taking ASEA and really loving it. So we have Olympic swimmers, for example, Cody Miller, who's a champion in the breaststroke. Dane Rauschenberg, we met him actually not too long ago. He's an ultra marathon runner. He actually at one point ran 52 marathons in 52 weekends. So somebody that's looking to improve his recovery, that's a perfect example right there. And here's a master's class cyclist from France, Gerard-Louis Robert. He just broke a few records a few weeks ago, and he contributes ASEA to his recovery and his stamina for sure. So here's a few others. So a lot of us have possibly seen Eddie Hall, who in a matter of 4 weeks, broke his own world record for being the strongest man in the deadlift. These folks here understand the importance of recovery, the importance of endurance, and you're looking at some people that really know. They put everything they have into their efforts, and they're seeing the results of this all over the place.
So I think ASEA is a better way for athletics, don't you?
Absolutely.
I think that when you hear about Olympic swimmers and gold medalists, and then you hear about basketball teams, NBA stars, they're taking it and they're trying to hide it from each other to not get an edge. I think that that's a pretty cool thing. I do want to shift gears a little bit, being the lady of the house today, and talk a little bit about skincare as well. You know, we just talked about ASEA as a supplement, working from the inside out, promoting health at the cellular level, promoting better function of the body. Even athletes use it as their weapon of choice when they're trying to rise to the top and they're trying to be at the top of their game. So it's good for everybody. But there's also another industry that ASEA found it crucial to be involved in, and that's actually the skincare industry. And this is a huge industry. I mean, it's gotten bigger and badder too, especially with social media and Instagram and YouTube and all these women up there showing what their skincare regimen is and the makeup that they kind of use. And really, to be honest with you, today's skincare products and the lines that are out there are pretty scary. Now, I'm going to tell you flat out, I love helping and empower people. I love helping people be pretty. I love things that make people pretty. I love skincare. I love makeup. I'm a total girl. I've been that since I was a kid. My mom used to want to kill me. I would sneak her makeup to school and put it on. It's just how I am. But I was introduced to this database about 2 years ago, and it's called cosmeticdatabase.com. And I kind of wish I never heard about it. And what it is you can put anything that you're putting on your skin topically, whether it's makeup, it could be shampoo, baby wipes, and it'll actually rate it on how toxic it is. And I couldn't believe how unbelievable it is that these products are just riddled with chemicals, with multiple ingredients that can interact with each other. How about allergic? My sister's in television. And, you know, she would get a new makeup artist, if you remember, and, you know, they would put something new on her face. And then the next thing you know, hives, breakouts. So she was totally allergic, had no idea it was coming. And the next thing you know, she's on HDTV. That's a problem. You know, the fact that they're greasy, you know, the fact that there's fragrances in them. They test on animals. Are they even effective? A lot of them just do things like, you know, add caffeine when you're putting it on your skin, and they say, oh, look, your appearance of wrinkles have reduced, but actually it's just irritating your skin. Is that actually effective, or in the long run, is that what's hurting you? And the worst part about it is it's costly. I walked through, I was parking my car at the mall, and I had to walk through Neiman Marcus, and I walked through this one La Prairie or something like that. And this woman was talking to me about this skin. It was $400. This eye stuff that you put, like just one little eye thing. I was never so put back in my entire life. So, and the worst part about it is, are these things even helping? So ASEA, what they did was they took the technology of redox signaling and they actually applied it to skincare. Not only is it safe and it's proven, it's probably one of the most advanced anti-aging skin regimens there are out there. So it's very, very simple. There's 4 ingredients in it. It doesn't smell like anything. It doesn't taste. There's no sparkles in it. It's 100% safe. It's very, very affordable, and it actually works. And the cool thing about it is in this little tube of Renew 28, you're going to see that right there. That's 2.7 ounces. There are 50 uses for that, actually over 50 uses. And that's unbelievable. So you're taking this tube and you're applying it to 50 different things. That is a one and done product. And it is not only effective, but cost effective. I want to show you why though. So this is the stuff that I like. So there's 2 companies. They're very, very prestigious. One is Stevens down the bottom. You're going to see their logo. And then Dermatest. Dermatest is out of Germany. And these guys tested our products. First of all, they said, yes, these products contain that technology of redox signaling. Yes, ASEA is the first company to ever be allowed to do that. But let's try it on some people. And so what you're looking on the graph over there, it's pretty interesting, because if you see, you have one product and 5 out of 6 items you see an improvement in over 20% in 28 days. Now, the reason they call it Renew 28, for all you people out there that might not know why, is because your skin actually renews itself in 28 days. So during that whole cycle, instead of agitating the skin, instead of, creating some kind of effect, it's actually improving the health of the cells. So you're starting to see the improvement in elasticity, improvement in moisture when there's no moisture in this product. You're seeing visible reduction in redness and irritation. Absolutely unbelievable, and only in 28 days. The extra thing is it's 16% faster skin cell renewal, and it works on every type of cell, and that's what I love about it. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Selective, great word. And the other thing is they've done more research, and it actually shows that it has over a 50% increase in skin blood flow. That's very, very important. Blood flow to the area cleans the area. Blood flow to the area heals the area. It makes it healthy. It's very important stuff. So I want to kind of share some pre and post pictures with you guys. And these are all done in 28 days. So you're going to see at the top of the screen, you're going to see a lot of free pictures. We actually know these people, a lot of them. The woman to the left had her hands on Renew probably about a month and a half before the rest of us did. And I think that was actually only her result in 16 days from top to bottom. The other ladies, it was within 28 days. And you can see scarring. You can see certain skin disorders changing. Look at the person to the right with her forehead, the creases in her forehead, how they've reduced. We have more. It's not, just like I said with those 50 uses, these are other parts of the body. You'll see arms, you see, there's a skin condition on that second one. You see kind of flab and cellulite in arms, and then, and even a bottom of a foot, a heel, and some of us, we deal with a lot of that dry skin. The next picture I want to show you is of a nice doctor. His name is Dr. Marty Morin. He's a very good friend of ours. Dr. Marty, he put Renew 20 on his one side of his face for 28 days. Dr. Marty is a research veterinarian, and he's a very, very smart man. And he thought, I know what this is going to do. So I'm going to just prove it to everybody what it does. And this is what he did. And he said that the only reason that he started putting it on the other side of his face was because his wife made him. She couldn't stand looking at him like that anymore. So I do want to show you one more thing, ladies. This is especially for you. 90% of us deal with something. I'm going to ask you to cover your ears. It's cellulite. And ASEA did a cellulite study, and this was very, very exciting for most of us. Now, for those of you who have children around, there's rear ends there, but they're covered. I just want to warn you. But take a look at some before and afters. Now, there was a lot more of this. This was a 12-week study. And as you can see in each case, the person to the left, their skin is lumpy. They have hills and valleys. That's all decreased. They actually showed over a 15% reduction in the appearance of cellulite, which is phenomenal by any standard with one product. And this is not preparation H, guys. This is a safe, effective product that you can not only use on wrinkles and skin conditions, but on cellulite as well. I think as far as more bang for your buck, and especially if you're a traveler and only have to carry one thing for everything, this is definitely a way of life. So let's talk about this real quick. I do want to point out one thing, and then I want to kind of switch gears if you'd like. So ASEA has two products. We have a cellular health from the inside out product. So that's the redox supplement that you drink. And then the Renew 28, which you guys were so blessed to see results from. But ASEA is the only place that you can actually get redox signaling molecules outside the body. We talked about that earlier. The body makes its own, but ASEA figured out its own way on how to do that, and they have a patented process, and it's 100% safe and non-toxic. But there were skeptics out there, and I don't blame people. I was the same way, to be honest with you. So ASEA cares about people, and what they did was they contracted with a company called Bioagilytics. You see that logo in the middle of the screen. They are a pretty important company. They actually certify 8 of the top pharmaceutical companies. And what they do is that the pharmaceutical companies, and ASEA as well, send them samples weekly. Bioagilytics verifies that those bottles and those tubes and those pills from pharmaceutical companies contain exactly what we say they contain, and it's redox signaling molecules. You will see that logo on every one of our ASEA redox supplement bottles. And so for anybody else that could tell you otherwise, bioagiletics will tell you that this is redox signaling and this is the stuff. I kind of want to switch gears though a little bit because, we talked about a better way for your health athletics. We talked about a better way, for your skin, but, ASEA's kind of opened up different doors for us. And I'd like to share a little bit about that and kind of, get that started. So, we were very, very lucky when we started with ASEA. We actually both had our own conditions that we were dealing with, and we were looking for something that would help. A lovely person came into our office one day, and she cared enough to share with us what this product was about. And at the time, it was actually only the redox supplement that was around, and we both got great results. And more importantly, we were able to share it with our family, with our friends, and we were able to share it with our patients. And, that's not what this is about. It's about sharing it with people that you know and love. And because of that, their lives are in such a better state of health because of it. I still get thanks from people who knew people who we spoke to, and they're just grateful. It's unbelievable. But what ended up happening is it opened up a whole, opened up doors to a whole different lifestyle that we didn't know existed. Now, I want to preface this by saying that ASEA's distribution channel is through something called network marketing now, or word of mouth advertising, however you want to say it. But it's the only way that these special products would have been able to get out to the public. They're kind of complex. I think if you walked by them in Walmart, you'd do just that. You'd walk by them and never realize their true potential. So I'm here to tell you, we had no network marketing experience. We didn't know we wanted to know about network marketing experience, right? It was just, it was just not something we did. We own our own business. It's successful. We love our patients, and I think if someone said something, oh, join my network marketing team, I think we probably wouldn't because we're fearful as to what that means. I think most of us get fearful if we don't understand the concept and we just don't know what it entails. But to be honest, what I've seen in the past few years is literally this is the best industry on the planet. ASEA is a very special company with very special products. And because of that, it has to use that distribution. So we started to share ASEA with our patients. They got better, right? And one day we got a call from someone who ended up being one of our mentors. And he's like, you love the product? The product's phenomenal. He's like, the company is fantastic. It's absolutely great. Why don't you give others the opportunity to share this product as well and earn a residual income and help them earn residual income? Because what we didn't realize at the time is we were so focused on our needs and wants as far as finances and goals and things like that, but you don't realize what people are dealing with around you. Most of our patients are in our office because they're stressed, and most of them are stressed because of money. So if I have a solution to that, I'm going to share it. And I didn't understand residual income. We talked about it. And then when we finally got it, I'm like, you know what? This is a great idea. So here we are. Why don't you talk about this a little bit?
Well, think about our most of our lives. Our lives are so hectic. We're overscheduled. We are glued to our cell phones. We're constantly looking at, where are we supposed to be? Who did I forget to pick up? All these different things. And it's like Groundhog Day. It happens over and over and over and over and over again.
It does.
And you know what? It's sometimes there was a study out there that said that how many people actually didn't take vacation days because they were afraid to miss work. Or not only afraid to miss work, but they just couldn't miss work for whatever reason. And so, there's this, you feel like you're on the hamster wheel sometimes. You feel like, I don't know when to get out of the wheel. I don't know how I'm going to get out of the wheel.
Yeah.
And this has been again, we see it with our patients. We see it with a lot of friends, family members. It's one of those things that the lifestyle it's almost like a badge of honor to wear stress. And it shouldn't be, right?
No, and I have a sister, he obviously knows this. She's a single mom and she's a teacher and she works her rear end off. And, it's the kids have school, the kids have their activities, they're with their dad sometimes. And, even when she's off from school in the summertime, she's really, really busy. She doesn't want to spend time with her family. But what's happening with her is she's like, look, I'm kind of broke here and I don't know what to do, but I really don't have time to do stuff. And so she's going to take a part-time job and like risk time spent with her kids, which is very, very precious. I mean, some of you are out there, you have children. I was a child once, that time goes by really, really fast and you want to be along with them. It's not cool, and she doesn't have time yet. She's broke. So what does she do? And we were looking at different kind of statistics, which was crazy. She's not the only one with this problem. So we're finding that more and more people are looking for some kind of solution. I had a pharmacist walk into my office yesterday and say he had to help a family member out. He works at a university from 9 to 5 and had to take a second job just to help this family member out. He said it's not permanent, but the guy looked worn out. And it's not something he had to do because he's trying to pay off his student loans. His family lives in California. He's in northern New Jersey. It's not cheap to live here. And this guy's a pharmacist. He went to school. He's not earning enough money in his 9 to 5 job. He had to get a nighttime job to help this family member. So these statistics are kind of scary. So it finds out that most college students are earning 15% less now. They're graduates than what they were doing in 2000. I remember a sister of mine wrote on her cap, "What next?" I mean, really, people should be writing "What next?" and screaming because, you're not guaranteed a job. They said 70% of North Americans are just totally stressed about their current life circumstances. And that includes the wellness of their families and whether or not if something happens, can they afford to get it corrected? Now you have the retirement problem going on. Do you know that most Americans have less than $12,000 in retirement savings? How long will that last you? If you're in some areas of the country, that might last you a few months. If you're in our area of the country, that's going to last you 2 months. I mean, and that's because, it's just we function on that. This is not okay. It's very, very, very stressful, and it takes the fun out of life, and that is not okay. I want to take a look at some, it's not like a statistic, but I want you to kind of explain a little bit about why network marketing and that model would be so effective for people that have that kind of lifestyle that they need a fixing for.
Well, I think what you're looking at here is a series of different ways that we find out about things, whether it's products, services, et cetera. And I think that, if you think about how did I learn about X, Y, and Z, the first thing most of us think about is TV, or lately, maybe the internet, or like you see the third one from the right, pay-per-click, SEO. But quite honestly, it doesn't, all of these pale in comparison to the most effective channel of any kind of getting the word out, and that is absolutely 100% word of mouth. And there's a lot of reasons for that, because of the fact that, if you think about it, if you're going to go see a movie, sometimes you're going to just go right into it because you've done it before. But you know what? There's other movies out there that you're like, I'm going to wait for somebody else to see it and let me know how it is.
Yeah.
And when somebody's telling you that this movie is amazing, you have to see it in IMAX. Don't wait for it to get at home. Just go to the IMAX. You know what? That rings in your head a little bit more. And guess what you're going to do? You're probably going to go see it on IMAX. And this word of mouth channel is still, no matter what, the most effective channel for any kind of business, for any new customer.
It is. I use it every day. And I think I even use it when you don't realize it. Like if someone asks you, I like your top. Oh, I got it over at Kohl's. It was on sale. That's word of mouth. If you're looking for someone new to do your hair, or you're looking for a new doctor. We had somebody last week come into us and say 2 different people told them about us. That's word of mouth, and it's like, look, we all have that ability to share what we think with other people. We share what our likes are. We share what our dislikes are. It's 10 times over now because of social media. I mean, you see all kinds of stuff. Guys, try this tea, or try this coffee, or whatever it is. So if that's the way that things are going, and that's such a trusting way to market, why not earn a piece of that? And that's why network marketing is so cool, because it's all about word of mouth. So
now you're looking, if you take that channel and you look at what we actually have now, which when you look at the different markets that ASEA works in, which is wellness, you have the athletic performance and the skincare markets. I mean, we looked at when we just started looking at this, we're saying, wow, there's some opportunity here. There's some opportunity to help a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And this, for us, the sky is the limit because it really got exciting after a little bit of being around this company.
Word of mouth really is how kind of ASEA came about, really, because the founders, Vertus Norton and Jim Pack and Tyler Norton, they figured out with their team of scientists how to stabilize and make these redox signaling molecules. And the cool part about it was they had to do their own testing. So what do? They're told their friends and family about it. And so then from there on, their family affairs, the family and friends, they shared their findings with their family and friends.
The word of mouth.
The word of mouth. And then soon it was over 100 people in multiple countries. I believe it was over 22 countries. And just out of Utah, right? And all just from a few people that were trying this out. And so now, just to kind of show you how important this was, it was like whether or not ASEA was validated, it was very validated when a multi-million-dollar pharmaceutical company came in and offered to buy the product. The problem is all those people that got on it through word of mouth would not be able to benefit from that product anymore because the product would have gone into clinical trials. They would have pulled it off the shelves. So the founders actually agreed that keeping their friends and family that told each other about it was way more important. For these guys, for Vertus Norton and Jim Pack and Tyler Norton, and actually, this was an accident. It just was a simple business venture. These guys were strategists. They were going out to help a company, and it turned out to this huge mission in order to get this out to the world and to help people live their highest potential. And I don't even think these guys realized how important the distribution channel network marketing would be. I don't think they realized how much they'd actually be helping people's pockets that way. I think when they thought about it, it was all about the product. But in the fact where you can help somebody's pocketbook out as well, I don't think there's anything like it.
So what we've kind of seen as we've been involved with ASEA is that there's a couple of different really important aspects of network marketing. And the two biggest ones are what we call leveraged income and what we call residual income. So leveraged income is when you essentially have people working for you, basically while you're sleeping. Is that you have a lot of people doing the same work and you are receiving a lot of the benefit of that rather than you having to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
And this took us, I'm not going to lie, this took us a little bit of time to learn because we are used to doing everything ourselves. Okay. And most of us in business are used to being a solo person who doesn't really, you might have a small team that you rely on, but quite honestly, you're working by yourself many times. However, in network marketing, it's a group that goes after a nice goal and you really are all charging ahead, whether it's a mission, whether it's a purpose, whether it's, hey, I want to achieve this goal, but you're working as a team. That was so exciting for us because of our lifestyle where we were kind of, solitary for a long time.
It was just the two of us for a long time. Now we have this huge family that we get to choose.
And we do great together. The other way is the residual income. So we're for a lot of us, we do our work, we get paid. We do our work, we get paid. In this case, in the case of network marketing, you could be getting paid for a much, much longer period of time than the time that you spent. Initially, there's a little bit of income, and then gradually it really grows, and it's really, really exciting.
Yeah, and you know what? There's no cap on it. A lot of people, there's people out there that work on commission base, and they'll understand that, But a lot of us worked on salary, worked on our hourly, and no matter how good we did, we still got capped at a certain amount, and that happened with me too. I mean, I worked. There's an example down there, exampling of leverage. You build a team of 40 people, everybody works an hour a day. You just put in a 40-hour day. I'd like to put in a 40-hour work week, like have 40 people do my work week before. But it's really interesting how this can grow, and no one can tell you can't do it, you can't work, you're not included, or you're not right for this position. If you have the ability and you want to be part of a team and you want to learn and you want to pick up some new traits, this is definitely the industry to be in. We just went to a network marketing conference, and it was huge, and it was in Las Vegas a few weeks back. And this was the first kind of introduction we had to the whole industry because ASEA is our home, and we will never be going anywhere, but we wanted to learn a little bit about the industry. I could not believe some of the stories. Unbelievable. Certain people that just failed all through life, and someone else gave them a chance, and then they honed in on their story and how they spoke to people, and they just got better. And what I love about network marketing is it's not selective for the personality either. You're going to have quiet, more introverted people do just as well as someone, who's jumping across the stage. There was a young girl there, 20 some years old, earning more money than it would have taken us in like 3 years to earn in our office. And I thought that was amazing. And what I like about this is like, look, you make your decision. You want to make $500 a month and that seems real to you, you can do that with this. If you want to do more, we can help you handle it. You build your business, but you have a team of people that help you.
So if we look at the industry as a whole, and we've used this on our own regarding some various different business ventures that have come across our desk. I usually use this as the acid test right here. And so in any case, these are the questions that I want answered to my satisfaction to figure out if we're going in the right direction. So let's take these one at a time. If you look at the company's financial stability, thankfully we have some really superstar people as founders, and we have an incredibly stable company. The ASEA as a company has been profitable every year since they've been open, and they carry no debt. If anybody understands, when you're looking at stocks and things like that, one of the most important things that you want to see is that the company doesn't owe any money to anybody else. They have it all themselves. This is a massively, massively important statistic for our purposes, and that shows us that we're in the right home there. Let's look at the next thing, the culture and the ethics of ASEA. I got to be honest. I mean, these are things that we spend a lot of time in our office, and what we created our own culture. When we got into ASEA and we understood that there is a true culture of, listen, we're going to be the most ethical company. We're going to be the most ethical people out there. I didn't think it was a big draw for me, but now that we're in it, I'm proud of it. There's a sense of pride knowing that, listen, we spend days teaching people about how important the ethics of ASEA are. I mean, this things, again, I never would have expected, but we were so excited to see how it became part of the fabric of this company.
Yeah, and it was rated in Europe the most ethical company. I mean, the fact that they actually do an academy for their distributors, it's really kind of cool. And some of the concepts that we learned were just incredible, life-changing concepts. Everything it's about personal development. And in this type of industry, this is personal development. It's all about bettering yourself. And we all have that right, and we all have that ability to do it. I like this one because I'm always up for a little bit of a challenge. But, you want to talk about international presence. If you look at the screen, you're going to see in blue, these are the markets that ASEA is already in. Now, these are 25 countries that ASEA is open in because of word of mouth. That is how powerful word of mouth is. Somebody in Spain got a call from somebody maybe in Canada, and then Spain ended up being open. Now, it's not that fast. There's a little more technicalities to it, but luckily it's not something you have to worry about. It's something the company does for you. Now, if you're like me, you look at potential. So I'm like, okay, great. We're in 25 countries. Look at the gray area, you guys. That is the potential. The company's infrastructure is so scalable that they can pop up a whole distribution channel. They can center. They can pop up a whole where they make the product in 90 days. Like they just have it set. So there will never be a time where there's a lack of products can't get to a certain place. That's very, very, very important. They're set up monetarily in most of the countries already, even before they're open to it. Again, things you would never think about to worry, but you need to worry if you're going to be international business. So another thing with the ASEA that's very cool is the minute that you're a distributor, you are a professional network marketer who has an international business. I mean, I didn't get to say that. I don't get to have an international business with chiropractic. I mean, I guess I could, but
intertown.
That's
as far as we get.
And it would cost a lot more money to do that.
One of the other things that, as we really started to look at the business, one of the things that we wanted to know were, not having ever done this before, what are the abilities for us to be able to succeed in this business? Well, we have some of the greatest tools out there. We have the starter kit that comes when you first get your ASEA or your Renew 28 or both, gives you the ability to kind of right off the bat, just start telling people about how cool the products are and how cool the opportunity is. You see a business coach. For those of us that are on the tech side, like myself, I love this because of the fact that we have something that's really, if you've never done network marketing and you're saying, I just want to learn how to talk to people, what am I supposed to say? There's Jeannie, and she's there to help you and guide you with every step of the way so that you know exactly what and when to say the right things and what not to say. Our back office is like the You Are Here map. We've many times, if you've like when we own our business, we look at statistics, we look at various factors of are we going in the right direction, what's coming up. The back office gives you all of that, and you can look at it every day as many times as you want for free, which is really cool. The timing. All right. If there's any business that we look at is, you know, if I was going in and somebody came in and started saying, hey, I have these awesome VCR tapes, what do you think about buying into the VCR business? We're past the time. However, for ASEA, we have, as any business will show, there are 4 major stages to it. It's the innovation, the introduction, the growth, and the maturity. We are at the what we call the post-risk pre-momentum stage. If you're looking at the webinar there, you're going to see that we're right at the end of the introduction stage, moving into the growth stage. And we're getting, as you see there, the ASEA was named one of the top 100 direct selling companies of 2015, where there's over 3,000 companies. And already, we've only been a few years old, they're already in the top 100. The timing of getting involved with ASEA is never better than right now, because you're going to be able to ride that growth curve very shortly as we get our word of mouth going.
Absolutely. Very, very important stuff. So now I just kind of want to start the close process here. We have $1 billion redox technology in 3 major industries. You have your health and wellness, you have your skincare industry, and you have athletic. No one else has this product, and almost no one knows about it yet. So that's why we're asking you to help us open your mouth and tell others about it. So really, now here's what is next for you. What is next? What is next for us even? You know, I always loved what I did. I love being a chiropractor. I've seen some really, really cool things. I feel like the profession chose me. And I think a lot of you out there can probably relate to what I say. You know, but there's a lot of changes that have been going on in healthcare, and our bills aren't getting any lower. But the fact that we may or may not get paid for the services we do is getting it's getting very, very risky. I have colleagues that have been in practices for years that are shutting their doors, and that's all across the healthcare arena. I see friends of mine who are losing their jobs after so many years. I see people that can't find jobs after years. It's very, very questionable what your future can be, and we don't like it. What I love about network marketing, and especially ASEA, is it gives us hope, and it gives us something that we can look forward to. We can join hands, we can be together, and we can make it happen for each other. And that's what it is. This is a very, very good team. You're a team within your group, you're a team within the company, and your team ASEA. And I got to tell you, you get to choose what you'd like to achieve, whether it's just a little bit or a lot. So on that note, I want to kind of just show you just a couple things that ASEA has already achieved. ASEA has ranks, okay? And you're going to see some of them come across the board. What a rank means is that as your business is improving, as you're earning more income, and really as you're helping more people, your rank improves as well. And so this is what a typical bronze to the left of the screen is earning, and that is a regular mortgage payment. So a typical bronze in ASEA, which is, it's a little bit challenging, but it's not too far off the Richter scale to achieve, is a mortgage payment. An average gold associate, they're a professional. They are somebody that went to school, went to graduate school, and they're earning those kind of salaries. Our earnings are what's the word? Commissions is the best word. Platinum executive, that what you're looking at there is a pretty hot lawyer, you know, who earns quite a bit of money and is a platinum executive without all that schooling, without all that time invested in schooling, and without all those student loans, you can be earning the same as that woman there. Now, a triple diamond right now is the highest rank in our compensation plan. These guys are earning that of specialist surgeons, and that is true. You know, so you get to see, look, maybe I don't need that much. Maybe I want a little bit less. But I got to tell you, the sky is the limit. You get to do what you want to do. Some are like, I just need a little. Some are like, woo, give me everything. No matter what, this doesn't stop you from being you.
All right. So where do you see yourself? There's a lot of different ways to get involved with ASEA. First one is as a consumer or as a customer. Just basically, you know what, you look at this and you say, you know, I want to try these products. I really want to see what they're all about. This is the easiest avenue, and it's really just a matter of saying, hey, let me try them and let's get rolling. Yeah,
and you know what, I would recommend that, you know, as a human being, as a friend to anybody. It's not even try, just get on them. You know what, they just work. They're going to work on things you don't even realize are going on, and in the long run, it's going to save you time, it's going to save you heartache, it's going to save you money, just because of the way that this stuff works on your body. As another type of option, you might just want a improved financial position. You know, you just might want a little spending money, some money that you can put away for your next vacation. You know, some money that you're just using it strictly for your retirement. That extra just put aside money that for the rainy day, whatever you want to do. But regardless, you're in a better financial position than where you are at your currently.
The last one is for those of us that see the massive opportunity that's going on here, and you then say, you know what, I can build something here. I can build to change my life. I can build something to change my future, my family's future, and possibly, you know, leave a legacy for your last name. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are doing just that. And you're looking at any of these three positions. Any one of these might be right for you. Just figure out which one it's going to be, and everybody's here to help you and see it, which is really the best thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just to kind of show you that lifestyle, these are actually real ASEA distributors. A lot of them, some of them, you know, we've earned a lot of trips. We were speaking to another chiropractor a few weeks ago, and it was pretty profound. He's like, what do you mean you get to go on these trips? You know, a lot of us work, and we're in the service industry, and then you just forget about yourself. And so when you have a company that pays for you to go out and relax as a reward for your hard efforts and as a reward for helping people, that's pretty cool. But it's the lifestyle that you see. You know, I always wanted to know, you know, who these women were in the middle of the day that didn't have to work, and these guys that were on the golf courses, and you know, these people that just seemed so stress-free with these mortgages, and they didn't have any mortgages. You know, I wanted to know who that was and where they were. And I always thought growing up, you had to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that to attain that. And that's not true. You know, with a little bit of effort, actually, you know, on how much ever you get into this, you will get out of this what you put into it. And that's really cool. And if you want that lifestyle that we want for our future, then this is the industry to do it in.
And this is the company to do it
with. This is the company to do it with.
So Vertus Norton, our esteemed founder, along with Jim Pack and Tyler Norton. Vertus is an amazing guy. We've met him many, many times, and we are really, you know, we're eternally grateful to all of them for what they've brought to us. And this quote here, we are all at the start of something big with great purpose, and right now is the moment that we can begin influencing the future. We can change the world. You know, a lot of us are in our lives, and we don't think that we can change the world. Forget the world. You can't even change your own world, right? And this has given us hope. This has given us control. This has given us a different avenue, an additional avenue. It's given us something that's given us, in some ways, even more purpose than we already had. It's given us time. It's given us vacations. It's given us friends. And I didn't know that any of this stuff was available to me. I was in my world.
And we certainly didn't know it would be wrapped around two products, that lifestyle wrapped around products like that.
No. And I think this quote here was really, it was an eye opener for me, because there is a big world out there, and there's a lot of people that need some help, whether it's with health, with athletics, with an opportunity, skin. We have the answers. We have a better way. It is a better way of life, and it is an exciting way of life. We want you to join us with this. We want you to come along for the ride that we've been on. That's been so fun and so enjoyable. And somebody who, if you're watching this, somebody really thought enough of you because they wanted you to see this. And I used to think, oh, well, what, I'll just check it out. But you know what, for me, it changed my life.
Absolutely. And I couldn't agree more. And I'm so glad you guys spent the hour with us. We're going to close now. Again, I'm just grateful for ASEA. I'm grateful for the network marketing opportunity. I'm grateful for the industry as a whole. Most of all, we're grateful for you guys that are out there sharing the story along with us and making things happen and changing the world. This is a better way, you guys. Whether you get it now or not, you will get it at one point. You will get it. You'll understand exactly what that girl with the red shirt was saying. It is a better way. My name is Pilar Labriola.
I'm Joe Labriola.
He's Joe Labriola. I am a chiropractor and I am a professional network marketer, thanks to ASEA. And we love you guys, and we'll see you later.